Mira Business FM.
Good afternoon, ahlan wa sahlan wa Ramadan Kareem. Welcome to Midday Majlis on Mira Business FM, where conversations connect and ideas come alive right at midday with myself, Sahar Mushtaq. Before we dive into today's discussion, do not forget that you can catch us live on Mira Business FM, streaming now on YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, and of course, Telegram. Our podcast is available on all your favorite platforms anytime, anywhere. And now, today, here on Midday Majlis, we're diving into the future of the GCC's digital economy, AI, cloud technology, and the rapidly evolving landscape of digital payments and FinTech. We'll explore how governments are supporting startups and SMEs, the trends shaping businesses in the region, and what it takes to scale companies toward the global success. And today, joining us for the discussion is Mahmood Jassim, who is the president of Kurtsu chapter in the MENA region, a senior technology investment executive. He is the co-founder of the GCC's largest digital payment platforms and Qatar First Bank. And now he is going to be talking to us about all the interesting stuff when it comes to the startup and also the digital economy. Mahmoud, we're so happy to have you here with us. Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem. Sahar, thank you very much for your hosting. I wish everyone Ramadan Kareem and blessing. And it's great to be with you here.
Especially on the first day of Ramadan.
On the first day of Ramadan, absolutely, indeed.
Yeah, Mahmoud, you started your journey building one of the GCC's largest digital platform, as we know. So how do you see digital platforms evolving in the region?
Well, see, I think GCC have done a very good job in terms of the adoptions of the digital bank. Actually, in banking sectors in general, and the digital banking. We're talking about this is not born yesterday. I mean, this started early in 2000 when the region started like in Bahrain, they had the benefit, right? That's what it's a wallet. People can send money, receive money by phone number. Imagine that was 2000, 2001, 2002, right?
Almost 25 years ago.
That's right. It's regardless what's your bank, you're banking with. And also, not only that, someone from Kuwait, someone from Saudi Arabia, who can come to any one of those GCC countries and simply can draw money from any ATMs, which is called GCC network. So GCC in general, they have done very good job. And I think now we're living in one of the most advanced region, as a globe. And the proof is you can see a lot of startups that on the FinTech have started here out of the region, or they having the UAE or Saudi Arabia precisely, or Bahrain as a base for them. Now, if you're going to ask me about digital banking, see, digital banking is it's moving very fast in the Gulf from the traditional mobile apps to a digital financial ecosystem. What does it mean? People, they think digital banking is on the apps. No, it's the real-time payment, P2P, B2C, and because the apps, for example, they can do payment and transaction on the app in the phone. But today, you can have your applications and you scan and you do payments, right? That was not the case in the past. And also, what you do as well, the platform, what is happening in the digitals, it's different. It's more secure. It is the way have done it here in regions. They make it more secure as a data, right? Now, if you're going to ask me about the what they have done, it is more open banking. What I mean on the open banking is the regulations has been changed here. Like for example, in the UAE, they build a very strong framework for that, all right? And when you have in Saudi Arabia, they have the SAMA regulations. They made all the updates from all the best standards across the globe. And in Bahrain, which is the early adoptions of the FinTech, in the early days, they had the sandbox a couple of years ago where they encouraged the startups to come and do. So now what I'm trying to say about digital banking is not only apps, it's an ecosystem, onboarding, KYC, and all these things make things very easy to do digital banking. So, and is very important for the digital economy of the governments because you cannot grow your economy without digitizing your processes when it comes to payment. Payments is everything's about here because it's a major thing.
It is. And so that means the GCC is really moving fast toward these smarter and seamless payment methods day by
Yes.
day. And of course, as you mentioned, that this is nothing new. It has been there for almost 3 decades now,
Yes.
close to 3 decades. So now moving on to our next topic that we'll touch upon is AI and digital economy. So AI and the blockchain are actually changing the business's landscape, as we know. So, how are they transforming the governments and companies in the GCC?
Right. I think this is a very good question. So the blockchain when it came because of the cryptocurrency, and all of us we know that very well. Okay, for decentralized. So what is the make the thing is exciting here? When the blockchain came in the picture, the government here and institutions they made sure they are adopting the best practice, right? And what I've seen here, beside the U.S. market, a lot of people have jumped on that. And if you look today, what's happening in the region, cryptocurrency is very much well regulated here in the region. UAE,
Especially here in the UAE.
yeah, especially you can use it, you can trade it, it's linked to the dirhams and so on. And Bahrain as well, they
And
have.
actually, you can pay your bills with
Yes,
cryptocurrency now as well.
absolutely, absolutely. And that is also have created another era of people they need to understand what's cryptocurrency, and even the college and university they start teaching the cryptocurrency, the blockchains and so on. So I think it's played a big role here, and and the top of that, the AI is when it came in, right? So yes, maybe it's not 100% related to each other, right? But the accomplish between digital economy, digital banking, the blockchains, and AI make and made this region very advanced. So let me just one thing. If you look at the UAE as an example, UAE is number one when it comes to cybersecurity, right? What does mean? You cannot have a digital banking, you cannot have blockchain if you don't have a solid cybersecurity framework, right? So they're in the top 10, number one. And the same thing in blockchain, the same thing in the AI. What the region have made here is a massive investment coming from the government, right? They invest in the people, they invest in data centers, by the way. It's today is the fuel, right? And maybe you saw what's happening in the past few years. Everyone's talking about data centers and how important and so on. So has played a major role in the how to define the digital economy. And again, back to your questions, the blockchains, it's a fundamental component of any digital bank, or what we're going to call it, a neobank, because digital bank, just to make it clear, digital bank is to digitize the processes of the retail banking or commercial banking. Where the neo, it is absolutely from day one, and we have an examples here. Good banks like Rio, for example. You don't have branches, you don't have everything. So you do all your transactions through your mobile, even your KYC and everything. And all this being built on what? Built on blockchain, good technologies, good cybersecurities, and AI, and so on. So yeah.
So, from what I understand, is that cybersecurity is what plays the key role
Yes.
in establishing this, right? And now moving on to startups and the SMEs, supporting startups seems to be a big focus for everyone these days. And you're focusing on that as well a
That's
lot.
right.
So, what's the best way for SMEs to access funding and scale here in the region?
See, the difference here in the region, in our region, which is the Gulf region, 80% is SME, the small business startups, 20% only the enterprise, right? And the SMEs are playing a very big role in the economy, right? So it's very important to make sure they are having all the support, they're having the right platform, the ecosystem, and so on. And we had a couple of nice unicorn here in the region. We saw
Unicorn.
unicorn, yes, we saw that. So the region is already ready. Now, when it comes to fintech, we have also a very nice. I don't want to mention this, so I don't do marketing, but we have a very nice fintech startup started here in the region, and they are now the valuations on more or less $1 billion, right? And how that's happened? That happened because they found the ecosystem that can help them to grow. Now, for any fundings for the startups, unfortunately, still the startup, they think the problem is to get funding. In my humble opinion, is not. The funding will come when the investors will gonna see you are bringing in new things, when they believe on you, because uh, beside the good idea, is they need to believe on who's behind it, right? It's very important because you can have a great idea, but if you don't have the right engine or the leader who's going to manage that, it's going to be a problem. I think the startup, they need to focus on the quality of their.
Having the idea alone is not going to
Yes,
do
it's not
anything.
because there were so many great ideas, it died with the times because they did not have the strategy. What is next? They think when they're going to get money, they're going to be able to do everything. It's not. Actually, the problem starts when you get the money,
Right.
right? Because now, okay, you're under pressure. They are expecting from you, and so you need to have. First of all, you need to have smart money. I have said this a couple of times. It's not about the money. You need the smart money. What means smart money? When you bring people, they share the vision, they share the knowledge, they understand what you're doing, and at the same time can help you to grow in the regions, right? So yeah, I think that's an. And by the way, UAE, Saudi Arabia, Bahrain, Kuwait, Qatar. I mean, look what's happened in Jitex and North Star. A lot of announcement happened. Sharjah, they had a very nice Sharjah SME. They've announced a couple of things, given supports, web summits in Qatar. I was there and I saw what they did. They announced the fund of the funds. So the money is there, but you need to know how to present your idea.
Right. So actually, small businesses, if given the right support, can definitely compete globally, but
Yes,
they have to have the strong approach and they have to know what exactly they want to do in order to execute it the right way.
absolutely.
And now, moving on, what's the key for startups aiming to become regional or global leaders?
First, you need to dream as a big and start small, but when you start, you need to start from a right place, right? Yes, not yes, I live here, no, but I think this is the right place. To aim to be regional, you need to think regional. So your startups has to cover a need, right? Now, you're going to tell me there is a lot of fintechs. There is an article study. I'm not sure if I'm saying the number right, but I think 99 is right. They're saying the mobile application and digitals is gonna be by 2028, 350 trillion dollar, right? That's what does mean, and MENA region, it's around 4.7 of that, and most of that is fintech and digital banking, right? So there is a lot of things around digital banking, the ecosystems, because when you have a digital economy and the fintech, and we are going to digital economy by having, we saw UAE in a couple of months, they announced their digital currency, the dirhams, right? And Saudi Arabia, they did the same, and so on. So all these need an ecosystem. All this needs a fintech and application, right? So you need to go and see an implement. I saw, for example, I think a few weeks ago, I saw a brilliant fintech guy. He was touching settlement, right? Settlement maybe it's not touching the front user. I mean the customer client, but the settlement between the banks and all these things. It's a nightmare, right? So these guys has came up with a brilliant solution just to streamline all these things, right? So this is another great idea. So back to your questions. If you want to be global, you need to find an issue that is a global issue as well,
Right.
right? So
And you have to really study the market that you're going to penetrate in.
absolutely.
Right.
Before you start your business, you need to do your homework well. You need to read, you need to understand the market and your regional markets and the global markets, and you need to find people. I don't know why they don't do it anymore. You need to have a mentor. Here, a mentor is your advisor. You need to find the people who can advise and mentoring you for your next journey because you're not supposed to know everything, but you need to surround yourself
Yeah,
with the
you
right
may
people.
have an idea, but you may not have it all.
Absolutely, yes.
Yeah, so you do need the mentorship there.
Yes.
Okay, great. And from what we know, Mahmood, you work closely with governments as well on digital initiatives. So, how are governments in the Gulf using technology to support the national innovation agendas?
I think here in the region, they're doing super great. So everything is being, I mean, I said in the beginning, you have a framework for the digital banking. You have a framework for cybersecurity. You have now a framework for the AI. They always, when something coming in like an AI or whatever, even blockchain, they make sure you have the framework, right? And they give you all the supports. Not only that, if you have noticed here in the region, the spending in the technology is massive, massive. I mean, look, we have like the automotive cars here without a driver. They're starting, I think this
Very
month,
soon,
very
yes.
soon, right?
The flying taxis are
The flying
coming in.
taxis coming in and everything. I
I
use
see the region is ahead of
and
everyone right
everyone,
now.
yes. Frankly speaking, I would say if there is some another Silicon Valley rather than the U.S. and San Francisco, it's here in the region. This is the real Silicon Valley. Maybe we don't call ourselves, but let me tell you. You see
You see it coming,
see it coming, and you see look at the traffic. The traffic,
which means there
which
is
is I
so
talked to
much
you
potential.
potential. That's
Yeah.
people they really love when you go out there when you travel to anywhere, to Europe, to Asia, to state. Everyone is talking about Dubai, Abu Dhabi, Riyadh, Doha, Bahrain, and what is happening. Look to how we went to digitizing. It's even the government. Look what happened in the airports. Seamless. You go and do the thing. You don't need to go and get your passport. So they have spent massively, and this is when I say this, that's mean they have made a major investment in the infrastructure. So the infrastructure has been built in a way that is can adopt and cope up with all the technologies and even the data centers. Right? Look, the number of the universities are here. Look around here next to us. A lot of UK universities, good ones from UK, from US, and so on, because they believe it's the knowledge here is needed, right? So the investment is amazing, and as I said in these discussions, and that's approved with what is cybersecurity technologies. When you are having the region here number one, what does it mean? The adoptions, right? So I think the governments here doing massive investment, amazing investment. We're not only depending on oil, right? A lot of the countries now they are moving from economy just the 100% depending on oils to going to a bit of another business, and fintech and technology is part of it.
Right. And so I see that it is such an innovative hub, the region at this time. And as you see the next Silicon Valley coming here. So that's big,
Yes.
actually. And now moving on, well, you have strong, advice for investors and startups, I'm sure, who are about to build successful partnerships here in the region coming from abroad. So what do you have to say to them?
As I said in the beginning, when you come, you need to believe in yourself. You need to keep moving. you need to find the right team with you, right? Always try to fix an issue. Be innovative. Don't try to copy an ideas because that's not going to work anymore, right? And use what's been offered by the governments. I mean, the governments here, they offer startups to come and open license for almost nothing, and all the ecosystems. And I think they, even as a government,
Yeah, there is so much that the region
yes,
offers. So make
10%
use of it positively.
positively, yes, right?
Indeed.
And don't worry about the competition because competition would make you and make you sharp and make you stronger to be part of that, to part of the games. Because it's like at any games, there's 2 or 3 players that are playing there, and it has to be a winner, right? Number one, number two, number three. To be a number one, you need to keep working day and day and nights and every days and fight for it, right? So the motivations come from you. If you believe in yourself, you have the right team, you have everything, you're great. And you are in the most growing region because I'll tell you one thing, in 2025, the World Bank, they were, and the projection was 3.2, the GPD, it's going to be, and now they're expecting 4.3 for the region, for the Gulf and the Middle East. So that's mean a
That's
huge.
big.
That's big, right?
Yeah, the region is doing so well.
Yeah, yeah.
And well, so for them, we would say that they need to have a clear idea of what they want to do, the right strategy, and of course, to go for mentorship, as
Yes,
you said.
indeed.
And with that, we come to the end of this great discussion on the GCC's digital economy, AI, cloud technology, digital payments, and of course, we did talk about the startups and SMCs with Mahmood Jassim, president of the Mira chapter of Kuritsu firm. What exactly, Mahmood, is Kuritsu?
Kuritsu is a Japanese word, mean group of people, right, who are gathering to do a business. And by the way, and I know this the meaning because I checked the meaning, but
Have you lived in Japan as well?
no, I visit Japan. I love it. It's a nice country, but no,
Okay.
I haven't. But this is just a chapter. I mean, when you put people together and everything, right? Like any chapters, when you like have a community, you have everyone together talking about its interests and so on.
And one chapter leads to the other,
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for being able to join us today.
you.
Especially on the first day of Ramadan. I need some water myself. It's the first day of fasting for us. So, well, it's going to go well, inshallah. Thank you
Inshallah.
so much.
You're most welcome, and
We
thank you
appreciate
for
our talk.
and thank you for hosting me and Ramadan Kareem.
Ramadan Kareem to you
Thank you.
too.
Thank you.
And now, before we take a short break, here's a little teaser of what's coming up next on Midday Majlis. A remarkable event recently took place here in Dubai, and we at Mira Business FM have some special coverage lined up for you. So keep watching, keep listening. This is Midday Majlis on Mira Business FM.
Mira Business FM, Dubai's home of business radio.